Every January, the world's most powerful decision-makers gather in one place. They come to this small town in the Swiss Alps not just to talk, but to set the financial and political agenda for the year ahead. The conversations held here have the power to shape economies, steer industries, and influence the flow of trillions of dollars across the globe. Central bankers, who control monetary policy, CEOs of multinational corporations, policymakers, who write the rules of the game, and institutional investors, who allocate capital on a global scale. This is Davos, Switzerland, where the future of global finance is debated behind closed doors. For decades, the systems discussed here have been built on legacy rails with incremental changes. And this year, something different is happening. Out on the streets, a quieter, more fundamental shift is underway. A new conversation is taking hold, moving from the fringes to the core of financial strategy. For the first time, crypto-powered payments aren't being discussed as a speculative experiment or a niche curiosity. They're being discussed as infrastructure, as a practical, deployable solution to real-world business problems. Zebec at Davos, January 24, clear, practical, real. From January 19th to 21st, Zebec is at the World Economic Forum, engaging directly with leaders. The focus isn't on hype, but on the playbook for deployment, how finance, operations, and compliance teams can align to roll out real-time payments. The discussion is about starting with a pilot, establishing clear KPIs, and then scaling responsibly. And what's happening here could quietly redefine how the world gets paid. This is about more than just speed. It's about giving treasurers live visibility into liquidity, simplifying reconciliation, and building systems with audit trails by design. In private corridors, frameworks and deals take shape. The conversations are about interoperability standards, regulatory clarity, and joint pilots between builders and institutions. This quiet progress, compounding quarter by quarter, is how real change happens. Up next, why Davos cares about what actually scales. Davos isn't about hype or fleeting trends. It's a forum where the world's most influential leaders gather to answer a single, critical question: what actually scales? The conversations that happen here aren't theoretical. They are the blueprints for the global economy. Ideas discussed in these rooms directly influence the architecture of modern finance, global banking standards, corporate payroll systems, cross-border settlement, and even national monetary policy. For years, crypto and blockchain technology sat on the sidelines of these conversations. It was dismissed as too volatile, too speculative, and fundamentally disconnected from real-world financial use cases. But that narrative is changing, and it's changing fast. Today, leaders aren't asking if blockchain belongs in finance. They're asking how fast it can replace outdated systems that are slow, expensive, and opaque. The focus has shifted from if to how. How do we roll this out? It requires careful alignment between finance, operations, compliance, and engineering teams. The playbook starts with controlled pilots, like streaming payroll to a small cohort of contractors, to establish clear KPI baselines and prove the model's effectiveness. From there, it's about scaling with confidence. This means implementing robust controls, role-based approvals, configurable spending limits, and seamless on and off ramps. A live, auditable ledger simplifies reconciliation and transforms the month-end close from a chore into a simple verification step. Managing risk is paramount, involving secure custody solutions, diligent key management, and proactive fraud monitoring. The goal is a truly global, interoperable system where stablecoins, traditional bank rails, and regional payment methods work in concert with built-in failover paths. This quiet progress compounds quarter by quarter. From pilot programs to company-wide policy, real-time settlement is becoming business as usual, making finance simple, modern, and predictable for everyone. Let's be honest. For any business operating on a global scale, The system for moving money is fundamentally broken. It's a complex web of correspondent banks and batch processing, where payments can get lost for days with no visibility. Payroll, a company's most critical function, often takes days to clear, creating anxiety for team members. International transfers to contractors and suppliers take even longer, straining valuable business relationships. And the fees? They stack up at every step. Wire fees, intermediary bank fees, and opaque currency conversion spreads eat into your capital. For businesses operating across borders, this isn't just inefficient. It's a constant, expensive drag on growth and operational agility. The legacy system was built decades ago for a slower, analog world. It simply wasn't designed for the demands of today's economy, which is always online, always global, and always real-time. This is the disconnect that Zebec was built to solve. Inside Zebec's programmable infrastructure, money moves like data, continuously and by the second. From contractors to recipients, value arrives without waiting, without intermediaries, and without surprise deductions. Treasury and engineering teams are no longer siloed. They can now read from the same live ledger, aligning finance, operations, and compliance on a single source of truth. On-chain confirmations replace paper receipts. Settlement is the default state, not a multi-day process. Critical financial metrics stream in now, not at the close of day, giving you unprecedented control over your liquidity. Teams can initiate, monitor, and watch cross-border flows finalize in seconds, not days. Here in Davos, these new realities of programmable money meet the worlds of policy and global scale. The conversation is shifting from what's broken to what's being built. Zebec isn't promising the future. It's delivering live, programmable payments today. Instead of sending money in batches, Zebec enables continuous real-time payment streams. Zebec, real-time programmable payments built for institutions. That means employees get paid by the second. Contractors receive funds instantly. Businesses eliminate delays and intermediaries. This isn't theory. It's already being used for payroll, treasury management, subscriptions, on-chain financial operations. And that's exactly why Zebec belongs at Davos. On the ground, outcomes matter more than slogans. Policymakers ask for clarity, controls, and auditability. Investors examine risk, liquidity, and reach pragmatically. Translators carry these ideas across languages and regions. Leaders align on standards, interoperability, and scale. The takeaway: programmable money isn't future, it's present. When global leaders evaluate technology, they care about three things: security, scalability, compliance. Zebec checks those boxes by aligning crypto-native rails with real-world financial needs. This is about reducing friction in global commerce, increasing transparency, enabling financial inclusion. For emerging markets, real-time payments aren't a luxury, they're a necessity. And that's why conversations at Davos matter. Influential voices are listening, quietly, carefully. Institutions map use cases to mandates and controls. Operators test fit within existing workflows and policy. Across town, one theme repeats: less friction, faster pay, stronger audit. Zebec shows, not tells. Crypto isn't replacing finance, it's upgrading it. Just like the internet upgraded communication. Blockchain is upgrading money movement. Zebec represents a shift away from delays, gatekeepers, inefficiencies, toward instant settlement, programmable money, global accessibility. That's not a bull market narrative, that's infrastructure evolution. A cleaner system benefits everyone who moves value. Here's why Zebec at Davos is quietly bullish. Not because of price, not because of speculation, but because adoption starts with conversations like these. When builders sit across from policymakers. When payment protocols meet institutions. That's how systems change. Davos doesn't reward noise, it rewards solutions. Zoom out. Adoption compounds. Infrastructure compounds. Quiet progress trends up. The future of finance isn't built overnight. It's built conversation by conversation, protocol by protocol, use case by use case. And right now, Zebec is part of that conversation, at the highest level. If you want clear, factual insights on how crypto is integrating into real-world finance, not hype, not noise, make sure you subscribe. We break down what actually matters as global finance evolves, because the biggest shifts don't always happen on charts. Sometimes, they happen in rooms like these. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for clear, no-hype updates.